Friends, in this video, we are going to see about the problems on moment of inertia and radius of gyration. But what is the variation between the previous class and this class is this is your complex problem. That is, we have to detect some part of that. That means we have to reduce some part to get the original lamina of the structure. Consider one structure is like this. So how you will find the moment of inertia of this structure? We should divide it into two components, that is 1 and 2. The 1 will be your rectangle and we have to minus our semicircle. So this concept only we are going to adopt for the upcoming sums. This is your formulas for your recap. Y bar is your summation of a y by a and x bar is your summation of a x by a. I11 means for the first component you can get, or I of 11 can be rewritten as I of AA in some cases, that is the horizontal axis. So which will be equal to summation of IGX plus summation of A into Y square. According to the formulas needs, you have to put a table and you have to find the values. From that you can substitute and you can find your Ixx value, that is Ixx is equal to I of 11 minus capital A into Y bar square, where capital A is equal to your summation of area. Same like if you are finding I of 2 which will be equal to summation of I of gy plus summation of ax square. From that you can find out Iyy is equal to I of 2 minus a of x bar square. Polar moment of inertia can be written as I of zz or I of p, which is equal to I of xx plus I of yy. Then it is radius of gyration, which is equal to, which can be written in two format, that is k of xx and k of yy, according to the I of xx or I of yy, which is equal to square root of I of xx or I of yy according to kxx or kyy divided by a. When they ask for polar radius of gyration, we should substitute in the place of Ixx and Iyy, we need to substitute the value of I of p, which is equal to I of xx plus I of yy. This is the formula for you to recap. And this table will be, I hope that you studied this table because this is very important for this module. Without knowing this, you can't pursue the other problems. So read this also, then come for the problems. Now I am just considering one simple problem for you. Find the moment of inertia of the lamina shown in figure about its horizontal axis xx, that is centroidal axis. Okay, now we need to find, no need of to show that whether it is a shaded area or unshaded area, but this is the question which is asked in 2015. So just consider this is your lamina and they had asked us to find the moment of inertia about its horizontal. That means what is our ultimate aim to find? Our ultimate aim is to find the Ixx value. What is the formula for Ixx? Ixx is equal to, see, I of x dash is called as I of 1 1. Okay, so I of 1 1 minus a y bar square. That I of 1 1 can be renamed as I of a or x dash 1 1 pq, whatever the naming may be, you can name it as it is, but the formula is same. That is I of xx is equal to I of your horizontal axis minus a of y bar square. To find the I of horizontal axis, which is equal to summation of Igx and summation of ay square. See here, this is the first formula we need to find. So that what are our requirements? Igx we need to find, ay square we need to find. And then this capital A means it is our summation of a. Then we need to find what is our y bar value. Y bar is equal to summation of ay divided by summation of a. So that these are our requirements now. After getting the formula only, you are going to put the table first. That table should consist of your components, area and the distance y. Why we are taking only y? Because we need in the xx axis, that is horizontal axis alone. The formula only have ay and ay bar square. So to find that only we are taking only our y value and we are calculating a into y square and ig of x. Ig of x can be calculated from the table. That a and y we need to find out. See, in this diagram we can divide this component into three parts. Okay, what are the three things? One is our semicircle. This components can be divided into three different types. That is, this you can take it as one semicircle, and this you can take it as one right angle triangle, and then we should minus this rectangle area. This is our concept now. After detecting, you will get the remaining things whatever we need to find out. So consider that case. First we are taking the component of semicircle. What is the area formula? It is pi r square divided by 2. In the place of r, substitute your radius, that is 50 square. You will get your area. Then you have to do for the right angle triangle. The area is half into b into h. Substitute the value from the diagram, that is 100 is your breadth and 100 is your height. Substitute it and find your area. Then go for the detection part, that is the center rectangle area. See, in this center rectangle area, the breadth is 20 and your height is 40 mm. So 40 into 20 will give you the area of your rectangle. That is what we had mentioned over here. This rectangle is equal to 800 mm square. So all the area had been calculated now. Then our ultimate aim is to find the y. How to calculate your y? The distance from the x-axis. So for the semicircle, it is equal to height divided by your 2. So what is the height of your semicircle? It is 100 divided by 2 will give you 50 mm. So y is equal to 50 mm for semicircle. For the right angle triangle, it is equal to h divided by 3. So it will be equal to 100 divided by 3. For this rectangle, we need to take it from the x-axis. From the x-axis, it is already 30 mm above. So 30 plus 40 divided by 2. This is what your y. So after getting your y, substitute in a ay formula and get your ay value. Then substitute in ay square and get your ay square. Then you need to find your I of gx. I of gx is a common formula which is already given in a table. For semicircle, it is equal to pi r power 4 divided by 8. For right angle triangle, it is equal to bh cube divided by 36. And for rectangle, we know it is bd cube divided by 12. After substituting all the value, find the summation. While doing the summation, you should minus the detection part. Okay, after finding your value, substitute in the formula of I y bar first and find your y bar value. Then substitute in I of x bar. This can be written as I of 1 1. So get your value for I of 1 1 and substitute in the formula of I of xx and find your I of xx value. They had asked us to find only the moment of inertia in the horizontal axis. So we already found out what is our I of xx. This is the given question. So next question we'll see. Determine the polar moment of inertia of the section about the centroidal axis. Okay, they had asked us to find the polar moment of inertia. That means we need to find I of p. I of p can be written as I of xx plus I of x, I of yy. So both the things we have to calculate in this case. This diagram can be divided into two segments. One is our whole rectangular section and the other detection part is your semicircular section. Got it? This is very simple problem, but we need to find the polar moment of inertia, so that we need to get the both I of xx and I of yy. According to the requirement, you can put the table. Here they had given only, see, they had given only for a I of gx. But we need to find both the cases, that I of g of y also we need to find. they had given normally in the substitution method. One method they had adopted the table and the other they had given in a normal substitution. But you can also do the other thing like a of x over here, a of x square and I of g y. After calculating everything, you can get the summation of all this value and substitute as like the previous method. Okay, no need to adopt the same method over here. If you are comfortable with the table method, do adopt the table method for all the problems. If you are comfortable with the normal substitution method, you can do the substitution method. Both will give the same answer. In this book, they had adopted for only for I of gx they had given the table, and for I of gy they had adopted the substitution method. But you can do it in the same table method also. I will define you in the same procedure. See, first, what are the things we need to find? We have to know. For I of xx and I of yy, we need to find all the factors of ay square, ax square, igx and igy. And x also we need to find. Now they had given only one method in the table method and the other substitution, that is I of yy in your substitution method. So as per the book, I will define you now. For the starting, you need to find your rectangle area. Area is equal to B into D. For the semicircle, area is equal to pi into r square divided by 2. So substitute your value here and find out your summation of A. Y is equal to from the x-axis. So see here from the x-axis what will be the distance, that is 50. They had given the radius. So the both the side, if the radius is 50 over here, this is 50 and this is 50. So total length will be 100 mm and this is also 100 mm. So the rectangle area will be 100 into 100. Y will be 100 divided by 2. Same like for the semicircle, it is equal to 0.424 of r. Substitute your r, that is 50, and find your distance of centroid, that is y. After finding the y, calculate your ay and ay square. I of gx, we already know the formula. For rectangle, it is bd cube divided by 12. Substitute the b value, d value divided by 12 will give you the I of gx. Same for the semicircle, the formula is 0.11 into r power 4. Substitute the value there and find out your I of gx. After finding, you need to find your y bar value. Y bar value is equal to summation of, see, y bar value is equal to summation of ay divided by summation of a. Already we know the value of summation of ay and summation of a. Substitute and get your y bar value. Now we need to find our I of 1 bar 1. So which is equal to I of gx plus summation of a into y square. Already we know the summation of I of gx and summation of a y square. Substitute and get your value. This is your I of 1 1. After getting your I of 1 1, substitute in a formula of I of 1 1 is equal to I of xx plus a y bar square and get your value I of xx. Okay, this is one method. The other method also you can do it in a same method like in a table adopt the value of I of gy. So I of 2 2 will be equal to summation of I of gy plus summation of a of x square. So when you are doing the table method, do the values for ax square and I of gy also, so that after finding you can easily find your I of 2 2 value. After finding your I of 2 2 value, substitute in the formula I of yy is equal to I of 2 2 minus a of x bar square. If you do that, you will get automatically the value of I of yy. After finding I of xx, and see already we have I of xx and we'll find I of yy. So the polar moment of inertia will be equal to I of xx plus I of y. This is the normal method when you adopt a table method of sums. Here they had found only for the I of xx using the table. The other method they had adopted directly to find the I of g, that is I of yy. So that also I'll explain now. If you are doing in the previous method what I had described, do in that method and get your I of z or I of p value. That will also be the same thing. But here they had adopted the normal substitution method. That I will define you now. I of yy is equal to I of g1 of y, that is first component y, and the minus of, that is y or detection is the semicircle part, we have to reduce it, minus I of gy of the second component. The formula of I of gy is equal to db cube divided by 12. If you do in the table also, it will give you the same value. For the semicircle, the formula is pi r power 4 divided by 8. Substitute the value and get your Iyy. This is a simple method to get your Iyy. If you are familiar with your table method, do the table and get your Iyy value, so that your polar moment of inertia will be equal to I of xx plus I of yy. That is what we got the answer, 8168593.3 mm power 4. Got it? There are two methods of doing. One is your table method. Table method, if you want to do, adopt your summation of a x also in the substitution and get both the ixx and iyy using your table method. If not, adopt this formula. There are two components, that is rectangle and the semicircle. So that only they had taken for the first component like db cube divided by 12. This formula is already given in your table. Okay, so you can adopt this same thing. Whatever given in your table, you can adopt that value, db cube divided by 12. For the semicircle, the formula is pi r power 4 divided by 8. Since we are going to detect this portion, we are minusing the first component to the second component. Okay. Now we'll move to one more problem. Find the radius of gyration of the shaded area about an axis normal to the symmetrical axis. In the question, they had given like, it has given like it is normal to the symmetrical axis. See, normal means it is a perpendicular. So which axis will be perpendicular, x or y? Y will be our perpendicular axis. So we need to find radius of gyration, that is k of x or k of y. See the question, they had asked us to find axis normal. Normal means it is perpendicular. So we need to find our k y. Okay. See the question and we can take the whatever the values we need to find. Since they had asked normal, we are going to find radius of gyration, that is k y is equal to square root of I of y divided by our a. This is what we are going to find now. So what are the things necessary for Iyy? We need to put a table column. For Iyy, we need to find x, ax, ax square, igy, and we need to find x bar. Got it? For that only we are taking this sum. How many components it can be divided into? It can be divided into three components. One is your normal triangle, other one is your normal rectangle, and you have to minus this small rectangle. Okay, this part you have to minus it, so that you will get the moment of inertia or radius of gyration of the whole lamina. All the other values they had given in the question itself. So put a table column and go for the first component, that is your rectangle. Rectangular area we already given in the question, that is 60. 20 plus 30 plus 10, which is equal to 60. See, this is your 60 mm and this is your 20 mm. This is your whole rectangular area. When you want to minus the small rectangular area, that will be equal to 30 here and 10 over here. This whole base will be equal to, see, 20 plus 20. So it will be equal to 40. And the height will be equal to 20. Okay. Using this values only they are adopting here to find your area, which is equal to 60 into 20, and for the triangle it is equal to half into b into h. After substituting the value, you will get summation of a value. Then you need to find what is our x distance. X distance means it is from the y axis, right? So when you are finding for the first rectangle, it will be equal to 60 divided by 2. That is, this whole 60 divided by 2 will give you the first component x value. For the second, consider this one, which will be equal to 20 plus 30 plus 10, that is equal to 60, plus h by 3, that is 20 divided by 3 will give you the x value. Same like when you are doing for the third component, that is in this value, this is 20, so which will be equal to 20 plus, what is the distance over here? It is 30, so 30 divided by 2. That is what they had mentioned over here in this table. 60 divided by 2 for the first rectangle, 60 plus 20 divided by 3 for the triangle, and 20 plus 30 divided by 2 for your small rectangle, that is detection part. After finding your x, just multiply it for getting ax and x square value. Then you need to find your I of gy. This I of gy is given in your first table. You need to study that. The formula for the rectangle is equal to db cube divided by 12. Substitute your value and get the answer. For the isosceles triangle, that will be equal to b of h cube divided by 36. For the normal rectangle, it is already, we know, db cube divided by 12. After substituting every value, you will get the summation of a, summation of ax, summation of ax square, and summation of I of gy. After getting that, find your x bar value, which is equal to summation of ax divided by summation of a. Then you need to find I of 2, that is I of gy plus summation of ax square. Then you need to find in a formula of I of y is equal to I of 2 minus a of x bar square. A is the value of summation of a, and x bar already we found out. After finding this I of y, what you need to find? Radius of gyration to the normal axis, that is what? K of y, which is equal to square root of I of y divided by a. That is what we had found out over here. Ky is equal to 23.91 mm. I hope you all understood this type of problems now. Let me do one simple problem, that is without the table. If they are giving you very simple problem, how you can do without the table? Okay, so find the moment of inertia of the shaded region shown in figure about the horizontal axis AB, and also find the radius of gyration about the same axis. What they are asking now? Radius of gyration about your x-axis. That means k of xx, which is equal to square root of ixx divided by a. That ixx we are mentioning here as I of ab. Okay. Like our previous substitution method they had done over here, this is very simple for you to understand. The total, this component can be divided into three parts. One is your rectangular area, other thing is your semicircle, this you have to detect it, and this is your triangle. This triangle can be divided into two parts of your right angle triangle. Okay, this is your normal thing, both is your detection part. So first we are going to find out I of AB, or we can name it as I of XX. This is your I of XX. So for the first portion of rectangle, consider your rectangle. Your formula for this is BD cube divided by 12. What is your B? 400 plus 150, which is equal to 550, and the total height is 40. So 40 cube divided by 12. Then we have to minus your semicircular area. That is minus of pi into r power 4 divided by 8. R is your 20. So substitute pi into r power 4 divided by 8. Then we have to do for the triangular area. This triangular area is divided into two parts. So we are taking as 2 into your 150 is your height, 20 is your breadth. So db cube divided by 12. Got it? When you do this, you will get the value for your I of xx directly. After finding your I of xx, you need to find your area. Area of the semicircle, substitute in the formula. Area of C, this is your area of your rectangle, area of your semicircle, and area of your triangular area. So after finding all, you will get summation of A. That is what they had found out over here, capital A. This IAB can be named as I of XX. After finding this, you have to find the radius of gyration, that is K of XX is equal to square root of I of XX divided by A. That is what they had found out over here, but they had named it as I of AB and K of AB. You can do the same thing in a table method. How you will do in the table method? We need to find the I of XX. So what are the things you need to find in a table? First, your area, components, area, y value, a of y square, I of gx. After finding all this, you have to substitute in a formula of I of 1, get your value, then substitute in I of xx value. Then you substitute in k of xx value to find the value. So, whichever the method it is okay for you, adopt that method. Whether it is a normal table method or substitution method, everything will give you the same. The same like problem. See, this problem and this problem is very similar. So I'll define this also. Same method, we need to going to find the moment of inertia of the section about the horizontal. That means what we are going to find? At last, radius of gyration of the horizontal, that is k of xx. Same method like your previous substitution method, we are going to adopt it for the rectangular area. I of xx is bd cube divided by 12, and for the semicircle it is equal to pi of r power 4 divided by 8, and for this triangle they are dividing into two parts and substituting in the formula. So we'll get Ixx directly. Then we are going to find the area of your rectangular section, area of your semicircular section, area of your triangular section. After finding this, you will get summation of A. Then what we have to find? Directly we have to find our radius of gyration. Kxx is equal to square root of Ixx divided by A. This method can also be done in a table method. How you will do in a table? In table, you need to put a component. Then you have to find the area. If it is a x, you need to find the y value. A of y square, I of gx. For all the three components, one is your rectangle minus your semicircle minus your triangular area. After doing all this, you will get the summation of every value. Put it in a formula of I of 1. Then you put in a formula and find out I of xx. Then you can put in the formula of radius of gyration, that is k of xx. Then you will find the value k of xx is equal to square root of Ixx divided by summation of a. That is equal to 128.66 mm. Up to this, your complete module is over. So do concentrate on your problems related to your centroid using your first principles, and also centroid of your complex problems. That is the same method. We'll use this type of methods, no? The same table method you adopted to find your centroid. The next part is like we need to find the moment of inertia and radius of gyration. Last two classes we had covered that portion. For the first principle, it is your theory part. Using the normal procedures only, most of the sums had came. Okay, so do concentrate on this type of problems. In our last class we had done for the normal sections. This is like somewhat complex sections. So carefully do the problems. Every method is the same procedure. Study that formula table first, mug up that formulas, then do your sums. Okay, all the best for your exams.